he can do is make sure to avoid these idiots at all cost. The entire team seems to be a little on edge with the thought of returning back to the 92nd floor. Rain stays in her room with moonlight pouring in as she looks at the robe that Albert wore when he died at the hands of the Black Dragon. She tells Albert to look at them from heaven as they are going to take their revenge soon. Will, on the other hand, goes on to the blacksmith to get a new spear that he had custom made, and thanks the man for doing a stellar job as usual, claiming that with this, he will take revenge soon. The blacksmith smiles, claiming that Will has come a long way since last year and has gotten much stronger. This sends Will back into the past as he painfully claims that Albert died because he was not good enough, which got Albert killed. He claims that it should have been him who died, but instead, the hero of the clan gave his life to save the team. Otis is also feeling restless, so she sits around on a fountain, looking at the silvery moon, thinking about everything they have gone through since the last year, and how they have gotten much stronger, but wonders whether that in itself would be enough to deal with this monster, which has taken countless lives till now. She promises herself that this time she isn't going to let anyone die and make sure that they all come out of it alive. Selma is also lost in thought in her own room as she looks out the window, completely zoned out, but Sophia breaks her out of her thoughts, asking whether she is worried about going to meet with the dragon. Sophia claims that in reality she doesn't want Selma to go and fight the Black Dragon, as even the last time when Orhan defeated it, he himself was a complete mess, and no one knows what will happen this time, since it was such a close fight. Selma, however, replies that it's been more than a year since the death of Albert, and she thinks that her party has grown in strength, which should be enough to defeat the Black Dragon and claim revenge, which they so desperately want. Sophia immediately starts motorboating her, and to be honest, I can't blame her. She tells Selma that she believes in her and her party and promises that everything will be alright. The next morning, Orhan takes the young party into the dungeons, and soon enough they manage to clear the 29th floor. Without much issues, Orhan smiles at the little team, claiming that all of them have grown a lot as adventurers, and once they clear the 30th floor, they would no longer be new recruits and graduate on to become full-fledged adventurers. Everyone is happy. But suddenly, Sophia realizes that once they become full adventurers, they will be assigned to some unit, which means that Orhan will no longer be training them anymore. This thought saddens her a bit, but she decides to put that in the back, and returns back to the guild alongside the rest of her party. They all show the report to the receptionist, who claims that they will now have to give a final test, which is going to be clearing the floor number 30 all on their own, while a senior adventurer from the Unit 2 will be observing them to make sure that they are ready to be left by themselves. She claims that the next test could be arranged 2 days from now, but they realize that on that day, Orhan and his party are going to the 92nd floor. They would have wanted Orhan to be with them during the test, and asked the receptionist whether the dates could be rearranged. But the receptionist replies that since every adventurer has their own schedule, their test might not happen for some time. Orhan speaks up, claiming that he will talk to Selma and maybe they can postpone the journey into the 92nd floor for a couple days more. But Sophia stops him, claiming that they have been waiting for this day to come for over a year, and it would be really cruel to postpone it now. The kids promise that they would deal with the dungeon on their own, and even Carol promises that she will make sure that she is not being too risky with her antics, with all 3 of them telling Orhan to let them clear the level alone. He has no choice but to agree. Before that, however, Orhan checks their floor plan to see whether they are thinking in the right manner, and after analyzing the document thoroughly, he tells them that their plan seems solid, but tells them to keep their brains open, as things might not always go according to the plan. He then gives them each a pendant as a good luck charm, and wishes them the best. Days pass by soon, and both the parties use their time in their own manners, when finally the day of judgment comes as Orhan gets ready to tackle the Black Dragon again, while Sophia and the others get ready to clear level 30. Sophia and the others get to their floor, and Logan soon senses enemies around them, which turns out to be true, as a group of 4 goblins emerge and get ready for a fight. Carol decides to distract them, which comes in handy, as Logan uses an earth spike spell to completely destroy 3 of them, while Sophia uses an arrow cutter spell to chop up the last one, surprising the adventurer, who asks if they truly are new recruits. Orhan and the others also reach their destination and enter the chamber to fight with the dragon, who immediately wakes up. Selma quickly buffs up all her teammates, while Orhan uses her own original spell to multiply his stats by 4 times. As the fight begins, Will manages to pierce through the dragon's tail, while Orhan cuts it off in half. The others continue using support magic to help them. Meanwhile, Sophia and the others manage to reach the boss room, but at the entrance they find a group of 4 adventurers as well. They turn out to be from the church, and one of them uses his abilities to read Logan's mind, realizing that these newbies are friends with the Dragon Slayer. Their supervisor immediately senses that something is wrong and comes in between with a sword, but with a flick, his head is taken off in an instant, horrifying the new recruits. The muscled idiot uses his earth magic to block off the exits, so Carol decides to buy them time and rushes at the muscled idiot, only to get smashed back into a wall. Orhan immediately gets notified as the necklaces he gave them were a kind of alarming device. He immediately tells Selma that the new recruits are in danger, but they can't leave this floor without dealing with the dragon. The dragon uses this time to recover and grows back its tail and one of the wings that Orhan took out, basically wasting all their efforts. Orhan remembers how he promised to keep his comrades safe, and with his back against the wall wonders how will he ever make sure that Sophia and the others are alive. Meanwhile, in the other location, the muscle-headed walks towards Sophia and others, but she is so worried about Carol that she cannot pay attention to the situation in front of them. Logan tells her to snap back to reality and try to win this fight, because Carol will heal up and be fine in no time. He reminds Sophia that their teacher would never give up on a fight, no matter how bad things looked, so they should fight too. He says that Orhan always says that an adventurer's first priority is to return home safe, and they are going to fight for that. His little pep talk gets Sophia fired up too, and then Logan uses buffs on themselves. Sophia shoots a thunderbolt as the muzzle brain, but he simply blocks the attack and then cancels it with his sword. Sophia panics on seeing this, and Logan tells her to run away. The muscled idiot chases after them, but the moment Logan sees an opening, he uses earth magic to trap him just like he had learned from Orhan. He tells the muscled idiot that his moves are really simple to predict, and he should have spent more time polishing his brain than at the gym. He rushes ahead to finish him off, but the muscle man grabs his weapon, and then uses his brute force to shatter the rocks. He then smashes Logan to the ground, telling him not to get so overconfident when he is just beginning. He picks up his sword, telling him that he should have just tried to run away instead of fighting back, and Sophia panics, wondering if they are going to die now. Logan reminds the musclehead that he was going to use them as bait, but the captain says that they just need one bait. That is basically the go-ahead signal for the musclehead, and he swings his heavy sword down at Logan. At this point, Sophia freaks out so much that she drops her weapon and screams, but then the musclehead's body freezes. He can't move and wonders what is happening, and it is actually Sophia who has awakened her connection with the Force. She realizes that this is her special ability, and she was a Jedi the whole time. She simply smashes the muscled idiot into the wall and then rushes to heal Logan. However, the impact is not enough to keep him down, and the muscled idiot gets back to fight. But this time, Logan and Sophia decide to hit him with everything they have got to survive this battle. Back at Orhan's location, the enraged dragon creates blades with its magic power and aims it at the humans. Orhan realizes that he has no choice but to use his incomplete magic spell, as it is the only thing powerful enough to take down the dragon. He activates the spell stored inside his bracelet, coating his sword in pure darkness. He then charges ahead, dodging the attacks of the dragon before striking its leg with his full strength. A bright flash of light stuns everyone as the dragon falls to the ground, and Selma realizes that Orhan was holding such a powerful weapon this entire time. However, even that is not enough to keep the dragon, because its healing factor allows it to regenerate the lost leg in an instant. Everyone panics on seeing this, and Orhan tells them that the only way to win this fight is to kill the dragon in a single strike so that he can't regenerate. Just then, the dragon attacks them with their tail, and Selma uses a barrier to protect everyone. The barrier lasts only for 3 attacks from the dragon before shattering, and Selma is slammed against the wall. Luckily, Orhan used that time to place himself on a high spot behind the dragon, and he pours all his magic into his sword to transform it into a spear to finish the fight. He jumps at the dragon, who notices him and turns around, but Orhan doesn't care about that. He stabs the dragon's forehead with all his strength, declaring that he won't let his friends' hopes be destroyed. The energy of his attack travels through the dragon's body, splintering and fracturing it all over. The energy then overloads the dragon's body and causes it to explode, finishing it off for good. Selma is glad to see that Orhan slayed the dragon, and as she relaxes, she loses her consciousness. Meanwhile, Logan and Sophia are still struggling against the muscled idiot, who slams Logan to the ground and then turns his attention to Sophia. She realizes that she can't use the Force to attack him again, and the leader of the adventurers tells Musclehead to finish the girl before she becomes a threat to them in the future. Sophia is completely helpless now, and she wishes for Orhan to save her somehow. Musclehead swings his sword at her when suddenly, 2 aerial slashes hit him and send him crashing violently into the walls behind him. Everyone is shocked by this unexpected attack, and Sophia turns around to see that her prayers were answered and Orhan has arrived to save her. Sophia starts crying as soon as she sees him, and Orhan rushes to hug her, apologizing for being late and praising her for surviving this long. He then uses teleportation magic to bring Logan and Carol to himself and tells them that everything is fine now because he will handle the rest. He casts a barrier around his students, telling them that the fight won't take long. Sophia asks if he is angry and Orhan affirms, thinking that he is mad at himself for not being there to protect his students when they were in danger. He asks the adventurers why did they hurt Sophia and others, and the priestess from the party replies that they wanted to use them as bait to lure out the Dragon Slayer, and he is here now. Orhan is furious at them and draws his sword, but the adventurers are also ready to fight him. They tell him that they are specialists in fighting humans, and he is facing 3 of them at once on top of that. That doesn't bother Orhan, and he gets ready to begin the fight. As soon as he stretches his hand forward, the priestess realizes what he is going to do and jumps away, but her teammates are not as smart as her and get caught in Orhan's gravity spell. Their bodies become too heavy to even stand up, and Orhan follows it up with a thunder attack that completely fries their brain. He then attacks the priestess, who is the only one remaining now, and she easily blocks his sword. She remarks that she never thought he would defeat her teammates so easily, and Orhan tells her to worry more about herself. Suddenly, she pushes him away with Blizzard, which is a special grade magic attack. And Orhan wonders how can this bitch parry his attack with her tiny body and then cast such a powerful spell so quickly. Suddenly, the priestess casts another spell that rains thunder and Orhan somehow blocks it, which makes his students worry for him. Orhan wonders how can the priestess cast multiple special rank spells so quickly as if she is skipping all the steps in casting them. The priestess is impressed that he survived her attack and says that they were hoping that someone as strong as him joins their team. Orhan replies that he is not going to help murderers, and the priestess remarks that she reminds him of someone who died when she was little, but if he was alive, he would turn out just like him. Orhan doesn't want to hear her yapping and